Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, May the 5th, 2024. Um, Recording from Spruce Creek Fly-In Community here in Port Orange. If you're not familiar with the area, think Daytona Beach, because Daytona is just right down the road from here. So we're here about 10 minutes to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, and I came home to, well, actually drove home through this. It wasn't pretty. It was pea soup. Had my high beams on and my windshield wipers, and it was kind of a crummy drive home because the sun hadn't come up yet, so it's pitch black. And this pea soup that you're looking at, this is the taxiway, and typically you can see all the way down several blocks to where the runway begins. So all the aircrafts taxi out of here. Some come from here or down there or down there. So everybody comes out, you taxi down the taxiway, then you get to the several blocks away. Runway runs parallel, and all the aircrafts take off east out over the Atlantic Ocean. So Atlantic Ocean is that away. This way is like towards Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, and this way is over towards Daytona. So again, the Atlantic is all here. But I just thought it was fascinating. It's been a while since I've come home to fog like this. And sun's starting to come up earlier and earlier every day, which makes sense. We're closer to spring, and time change happens on the 10th. I'd have to look at my calendar to see when spring equinox happens. I can't remember. Well, it's soon. I want to say time in April? Or is it March? Might be late March, but I'm thinking sometime early April. It's lovely. I mean, it's beautiful. It feels great. The weather is very balmy, not hot, not cold. This fog doesn't feel humid. It just feels like a little chill, like a mist. It's just keeping everything nice and cool. And it's kind of, when you get out into the trees, it's very low lining. It's kind of cool. It's in the grass. You can see it's on the road, or taxi rate, whatever. Let's walk back to my place. So I got a new neighbor who just moved in. This guy's really cool. He has these really cool lighting systems around the house. Wish he had his hangar open. He's got this badass big fishing boat. He's got a Ferrari. I'm trying to remember what model it is. But the last guy who lived here was kind of a jerk. This guy's cool. He's got some cool toys. He's a younger guy. He's close to my age. He definitely has a lot of cash to... And it's funny, he bought this hangar, and there's no plane in there. There's a big giant fishing boat and a Ferrari. Which is different. See, I like the sliding system. At night, it looks awesome. I think it's cool. I'm a sucker for like indigo blue, or that LED lighting looks really cool. I'm gonna go for a little tour. I'm gonna make it brave because I just got home and I need to eat. But I just want to show you guys the unique weather conditions. Again, we don't get a lot of fog here. I've been over beachside in Daytona on the shores, and there you tend to get a lot of fog, but we're further inland. So it's just kind of a rarity. Okay, it's the 5th. I've yet to post. I have a SpaceX video that I filmed on Sunday. I think it was like 11:53 or so. It was just before midnight. That was the Crew 8, Dragon Crew 8 capsule, the Endeavour capsule. They were originally slated to go up Saturday night, and the weather was just too sketchy. Convective activity, which is just a fancy way of saying lightning and thunderstorms. There was a lot of electrical storms, and I was watching from here, and then I was looking at a YouTube feed, and it was kind of spooky. It was just lightning flashing all over the ship, but they have these massive lightning rods to keep them safe. So they scrubbed it, and they eventually went off Sunday night, which ended up being better because it was raining all weekend, Friday and Saturday, part of Sunday. And come go time, launch time, everything cleared out. It was beautiful, spectacular here. You could see every star. So good morning. It was actually worked out better on Sunday night. But and the great thing about watching launches from here is there's no light pollution. I mean, this place is pitch black at night, with the exception of the taxiway and runway lights. Those are lit up 24/7 for obvious reasons, safety reasons. But yeah, I walked way down there, found a perfect spot. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It's pretty spectacular footage. It's probably the second best one I've filmed. What was it? The Delta was the one I loved the most. That thing launched from here, and most SpaceX, they just veer off towards the Atlantic and then they pitch, and they just, like, you know, go with the curvature of the Earth. This sucker went straight over the house. You know, I want to say right about here, separation stage 1 and 2, and you saw all the vapor trails, and it was just like it looked like this frozen mist. And you know, once the two stages separated, the first stage just hauled ass and took off and was out of sight. Couldn't see it. But super fun out here. We get to see the Starlink satellites. They look like a chain, and they literally just fly over your head. Along with International Space Station, which is going to make some news today because the Crew 8 that lifted off Sunday night is supposed to dock with International Space Station sometime today. So that should be exciting. That's the next big step. So what Crew 8 is doing is delivering a new crew, and then the crew that's been up there for, I want to say, like 6 or 8 months is coming home. They're going to come back on Dragon. And last time a manned crew came home, they splashed right off the coast of they splashed down right off the coast of Daytona here. So it was a Saturday morning. I just got home from work. I was in the kitchen. I was watching it on television, and that sucker, sonic boom, shook and rattled the house. It was scary. I thought something exploded. And it reminded me, it was very reminiscent of when I lived in Southern California, when the space shuttles would come home, and you'd hear the sonic boom as they're basically hauling ass to Edwards Air Force Base. But, you know, of course, the same thing happened here whenever the shuttles landed here in Florida. So I regret that I never got to see a shuttle launch from here in Florida, or a landing in Florida, but got to see plenty on television in Southern California when I was a kid growing up. And I always got a kick. I'd be in school when they would come home, and they would, like, fly right over Los Angeles, and sonic booms. You'd be like, I remember being in history class one time. It's quiet, we're all studying and concentrating, and bam, and everybody just goes, what the fuck? And my teacher's like, it's just a shuttle coming home, calm down, get back to work. But yeah, so those were the good old days. All right, so just a quick video. I thought this was kind of fun to see this rather rare weather, but I can't wait for spring. I just don't want the hot weather. I just want to be able to get back down to the beach again. Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you found it. I think it's calming, serene. I mean, there's no aircraft coming in or taking off right now. All you hear are birds, and then you got this mist that's just so soothing. I just got home from work after a very kinetic night. You know, all I hear at work is noise and machines, and you know, when I get home here, it's just I don't know, cathartic. I get to get center with myself, have a little Zen time, and come down from a shitty night. So we'll just leave it at that. Until next time, I'll chat with you all later. And again, be on the lookout for that post. I just haven't put it up yet. Again, from Sunday night. I'm a couple days behind. So, and I'm sure you'll be impressed. It looked better with the naked eye, but watching the footage and reviewing it, it looked really good. All right, cheers. Catch up with you later.